One big question we're looking at the Minnesota Vikings was last year real, or was it a big pot of fool's gold? And how do we translate their success to 2025 when they were supposed to start a rookie quarterback last year, but now they really are starting that same rookie quarterback? And I don't know. We just got to get into the preview. We're going to do that here. NFL preview number 24 of 32 on the Datitude podcast. You know what we're talking about as we wrap up the NFC North and the fourth of 6 divisions. It's a mere coincidence that 3 of my favorite coaches in the NFL have come in back-to-back previews. But Kevin O'Connell, he's a mastermind on offense, and he's overachieved in his short time in Minnesota, in my opinion. Of course, one concern is that after his 2022 season that ended up 13-4, and they won the divisional title, he followed it up with a 7-10 campaign. Last year, the Vikings went 14-3 and did it with smoke and mirrors, some say, especially if one were to look at their mediocre yards per game ranking of 12th on offense and 16th on defense. Now, Sam Darnold is out, and JJ McCarthy is fully recovered from the meniscus tear in his right knee that required surgery. And he hopes to live up to the hype that saw him become the 10th pick of the 24 draft. He obviously has weapons and one of the greatest receivers on the planet in Justin Jefferson, who has an almost unbelievable 7,432 yards and 40 touchdowns in 5 seasons. Jordan Addison was no slouch either. He caught 133 passes over his first 2 years for just shy of 1,800 yards with 19 touchdowns. Coming over from rival Green Bay, well, it helped in the running game. Just a little bit, you think? Running back Aaron Jones, what did he do last year? All he did was 1,550 yards of total offense. So in other words, what I'm trying to tell you is they have the firepower to make me look foolish if I don't predict them to win 10 or more games. Am I gonna? Well, you're jumping ahead of me again. However, losing tackle Cam Robinson and safety Cameron Bynum are concerning. And when you look at this schedule, that's right, this schedule, that will tell you where I'm leaning with this team's over and under. Sure, Minnesota has a good chance to start 2-1. There's no doubt about it. And 3-0 isn't even out of the realm of possibility. But then going overseas for 2 weeks and what comes next after that, after their bye, well, that's not as nice. In fact, I'd go as far to say it's brutal. They're already underdogs in 4 straight weeks versus Philly, at the Chargers and Lions, and home for Baltimore. After that, they face Green Bay twice, Detroit once, and the NFC runner-up Commanders at home in Week 14. Look, while this team should be one of the more fun teams to watch once again, this season has roller coaster written all over it. That brutal schedule leaves me no choice. I got to take the under 9.5 wins, and if I'm wrong, I'm sure you'll be back to tell me as much.